Hey guys, welcome to our channel Coding with Karthik. So today this session we are going to discuss about Python file handling and we'll see how to read, write and delete the files, and we'll discuss about few file methods which are useful for file operations, and also we'll see example for each of this. Yeah, before we start the session, I request you to please like and share the videos and subscribe to our channel Coding with Karthik and click on the bell icon to get the latest updates. So please do this because it is kind of engagement for me to make more and more videos on Python or any other programming that can help you to become a software developer. Yeah, now let's begin the session. Yeah, so here's the syntax, basic syntax for for operations. Okay, here's open method, so which is built-in method in Python. So we have to pass file name for this. This is mandatory, but otherwise, the mode is optional. So if you don't pass the mode, it will consider as a read mode. So mode is nothing but, so what type of operation you're going to do, like what type of mode. That means either reading mode or writing mode, or suppose if you open in reading mode, then you can't write. Okay, so that is what, there are different modes in file operation, so we'll see what kind of what are those types and how to use those modes. Okay, and next is delete. So delete will use built-in module OS. So using OS we'll use os.remove method. Here also we have to pass the file name. So okay, we need to pass the file name as an argument for this remove method. So this is a basic syntax. So now we'll see the different modes in different modes that we have to pass for open method. Yeah. Now the first one is R mode, which is for reading mode. That means if you want to open the file in reading mode, we have to pass the R. So even for default, it will consider as a R. If you don't pass any mode, it will consider as a R. Okay, and next is W mode, so for file writing, and if the file is not exist, it will create a new file with that name. And also if file is already exist, then if there is some content in the file, then it will truncate the file and it will freshly create the file with the same name. So yeah, and next X is like, this is something which, this is also like this is like for exclusive creation. That means if the file already exists, the operation fails. So it is very useful, suppose if you don't want to accidentally overwrite the existing files, right? So then we can go with the X mode. So it will not overwrite the existing files, it will freshly that means if you want to use this X mode, that file name should not be exist in the um, directory. Okay, and next is a mode, so open a file for appending mode. That means it will not truncate the existing content, it will not truncate the existing file. So, and if the file is not exist, then it can create the new file with the name, with the same name. But if file is already exist, it will not truncate. But in W mode, if file is already exist, it will truncate the file. So that's the difference between W and A. And here A is like for appending the content at the end of the file, we'll use this append mode. And next is a text mode. Like along with these four modes, at R, W, X and A, we can pass this three parameters, T, B and plus. So T is for to open the file in text mode, and B is for to open the file in binary mode. So just consider binary mode will be useful for non-text files like image or .exe file. So we'll use this binary mode for those purpose. And plus is like for both, if you want to get both reading and writing permissions, then we can pass plus along with this main modes. That means if you pass plus for read mode, right, we can also write the content to the read mode, but the difference is it will not truncate the existing content, and also it will not create the file if not exist. Only one one thing we can get is we can write the content to the existing file. Okay, that is what this plus if you attach here. And if you attach plus to the W, so along with the writing mode, we'll get the read option also. And express along with the writing, similarly we'll get the reading option also. And also we can here append mode, along with the appending means writing the content, right? So along with this appending, we'll get the reading option also. Yeah, this is how. So that means for the default functionality, uh, we can attach reading or writing. We can read or write the file. So based on the actual mode. Okay. Yeah. So that means basically, if you want to do the both reading and writing it, we have to attach this plus. So then we able to do the things. Here is the overview picture how it works. Okay, so it will differentiate between the different modes. It is you can easily understand. Okay, for which purpose we have to use which mode. Okay, and next here is say. So only for reading we'll go with the or mode. So here for the initial cursor position is beginning, and initial cursor position in the sense like when you open the file in read mode, right? So the cursor initially at the beginning. So if you that means if you read the content will read from the beginning. Okay, so and for writing we'll go with W or append. So if you want to truncate the existing content, we can go for W, otherwise we can go for append mode. And for both reading and writing, right, we can go with W mode, and also like when you want to truncate, otherwise we can go with R plus mode or R plus mode or A plus mode. So that means it's like if you like it's like here, right? So initial position, if you open with the R plus mode, the initial position at the starting. If you open with the A plus mode, the initial position at the end. So that means A plus means append the content at the end, right? So that's like the initial position when we open with A plus mode will be at the end of the file. So these are the different modes. So X mode will be similar to the W, but only one difference is it will not create the file if already exists. It will throw an exception. So that is what. Okay, yeah. Now let me get into the examples. Yeah. So here I'm just going to use open method. So I'm going to use test.txt. Yeah. So here which mode I have to pass? Since the file is not exist here, so I can use either X mode or W mode or A mode, since those will create the file if not exist. Okay. So if I pass the R mode, it will throw an exception since the file is not exist, right? See, since the file is not exist, no such file or directory. Now let me open this file in W mode. Okay, so I will write some content here. So using write method, these are the file methods. Okay, and I will just pass hi, hello. Okay, now I have to close the file. So because we should close the file, since otherwise here it is just small program we are executing, right? But when you use this file handler in server side or any large execution, right? So then like it will hold the file object for the entire thing, right? So that's why we should close the file. So then like where it cleans some memory, right? If you don't close the file, it will hold in the memory. So then it is kind of we're giving stress to the system for unnecessary things. So that's why we should close the file when we open. Yeah. Now if I see this, yeah. Now the file is read along with that content whatever we have given, right? So this is how the W mode works. And now suppose if I try to read the content, right? See. So if I try to read the content, what happens? Okay. Read. Say unsupported, not readable. That means we have opened the file in WMO. That's why we cannot read the file using the read method. Now we want to. So now let's add plus here. So by that we can read along with the writing. Okay. So now see. Since it is not printing, so the issue is, so while writing, right? So once it write the content, it will go to the end of the file, right? So for this we'll use one method f dot seek of, so which will we can give some index where the cursor can move. So that means we are moving cursor to the initial position. So by that it will read the content from the initial position. Okay. See, now it is able to print the content. So yeah, let's say if you open in read mode itself, right? Yes, see. So this is also some it is we are able to do, since the file is already existed. So that's why we are able to open the file, and since we have given the plus symbol, right, so that's why we are able to write the content also. This is use of W and A. So now let's go with the append mode. So before we jump into the other modes, just I want to give some other approach to, like, other syntax to open the file. Syntax in the sense we'll use the open method, but we can use the with keyword. So that means here every time we have to close the file when we open, right? So instead of that, so what we can do is, yeah. So with, we can use with keyword, and with open will pass test.txt, and will pass maybe mode, okay, as f. So now here we'll use s- same op we'll use same operations, okay. Yeah. Now the advantage by using this with as statement, right? So basically, like, here we need to close the file once this block is executed, right? So then it will automatically close the file. So that's why we can use this with open syntax. So by that, it is easy, like we no need to use call the close method, so it will call automatically once this set of block is executed. So set of code is executed. So this is use of with open statement. Now, yeah, we have covered W plus and R plus. Now let's see the A plus. Okay, so we'll have the both, uh, and let's see now what's happening. See, now since it is in appending mode, so that's why it is not truncate the file. So it will just append the content to the existing file. So that means we already have the hi hello. So with the previous operand, so here we are just again writing the content. So it will append the content. Now we are going to the initial position and we are printing the content here. So this is how A plus works. So now you can understand it. So A plus, A and W modes are mostly similar. Only one difference is A will not truncate the file if exists. Okay. And next is we'll see this X mode. Okay. Now let me try to pass the X mode. What happens? See, file exists. That means we cannot open the file that is already exist with X mode. So that means if you open the new file, that is fine. But here also we'll face one issue, since it is not readable, since we are opening in X mode that is similar to the write mode. So that's why we are not able to read. So if you want to read, right, we have to pass the plus, so then we are able to read the file. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, this is already existed since in the previous it was already created. Now let me rename the file. Yeah, see, now we are able to write and read the file to the new file. So this is the use of X. That means if we don't want to accidentally read, I mean accidentally override the existing files, then we can go with the X mode. Okay, this is the use of X, and we have covered W, X, and read and append mode along with this plus operation. Okay, and yeah, binary mode anyways it is similar. I mean similar in the sense we, for image files, we'll use binary mode to read the content. Okay, now here the next thing is we'll see the other methods in file operation. So it will be useful. Now we'll see this same example. Yeah, it is writing. And now here before we here let me print the what is the current position of the cursor. So then I can use the telf method which will print the current position, right? So that means it is 9. So that means it is end of the file. So end of the file means since we have passed 9 characters, right? So it will write the content. The cursor will be at the next position, that is ninth position in the file. So that's why the current position is 9. So we are moving to the 0, and then we are printing the content. So this is a tell method. And now let's see the other methods, like, yeah, suppose here if you pass only write, or if you pass only read. Okay, now let me just comment this code. Yeah, now if you just want to check either this is, if you're not sure about either that is readable or not. Okay, and also if you want to check either that is readable or not, that means if you're not sure of the mode that will support these operations, so then you can check these things. Okay, see, we have opened in R mode, so that's why it is readable, so it is returning the true. So if it is not writable, so that's what is in the false. So you can use this for conditional statement to do to the operations, right? If you're not sure about these things, you can just use these methods to check either those things are we can do or not, we can read or write, right? So we can check using these methods. So if you pass the w, right, then it will be like it is not readable, it is writable. So this is how these methods we can use. And next is like if you want to write the set of lines to the file. So that means let's say f dot write lines of, so here we'll pass hi, hello, so welcome to coding with Karthik. Okay, so here that means here the writable, so the write lines method, right? So what it does, like write a list of lines to the file. That means it will not create the separate lines for each one in the file. So it will just append all these all these lines to the file. So yeah, so that means instead of writing like f dot write of hi, f dot write of hello, right? So we can just simply pass a uh, list of strings. So then it will attach these things to the file. Yeah, now let's see. Yeah, if you open test2.c, now this is entire content has been attached to the file. Now let's say if you like this is how, right? Suppose if you want like something like um, hi, hello, I mean if you want separate lines here, right, then we have to pass the new line character. So that means we'll use this way. So that means it will separate. So now let me check it. Yeah, now if you go to this, see, this is everything is in the new line. Every element is starting from the new line. So that means if you use the this thing, right, so it will new line character, so it will start from the next line. So either we can give like this, or before we start here we can give like this. Okay, whatever it is fine. So basically it will help us to clear the lines. Okay, lines in the content of the file. Now if you want to like read the lines, right, then we can use. So first let's see the what is the question, I mean what is the position now, cursor position. So f dot tell of, so now see the cursor position is 40. So for that I will just move to the f dot sec of 0, and now I will just print content here. So instead of we can use read, but I'm going with the read line, so it will print the lines, okay, as a list format. See, so this is the content, so that's what is printing in list format, read lines, right? So that's what is able to read the lines from the content, so from the file. Now there's one more approach to read the files. So to read the lines, so for this we can use for loop. So that means for line in f, so print line. So that means it will print based on the new character, right? And I mean new line character slash end, right? So it will just print the lines from the file. So basically we need to have the content, right? So first let me write this content. Since we are opening the W mode, right? So that's why it will truncate the file. So if you, let's see, yeah, now again I have to go to the initial position. Now it is printing the content. So next time we'll just will not use this, we'll directly go with the read mode. So just since we just want to read the file, right, so that's why I'm going with the read mode. Now see, it is able to print the content. The read mode, the initial position at the starting, so that's where we no need to use the seek method, so it will print from the starting. If you use the append mode, right, so it will, what it happens again, it will be from the end, so it cannot print the content. Okay, so yeah, we have to pass the a plus to read for reading using the append mode. Yeah, since it is not printing, since the is at the end, so let me pass again. Yeah, let me go to the initial position. Now it is printing, right? So that is how the cursor position is important while I mean while using the file operations. Okay. Yeah, I think I mostly covered how to do all this stuff. Now let me go to the um, let me see and also before that let me before see the delete concept. So here when you use the interpret, you can just see the suggestions here. There are other methods also which we can use. Suppose if you want to write only one line, right? So then we can use, sorry, if you want to read only one line, right, then we can use read line. That means it will read only first line from the content. So we have other methods, those are okay, you can check it later, but mostly we'll use write, um, write, read lines or write lines, say, tell, these methods. So these are useful. Okay. And now next is how to delete the file. Okay. So I'm just going to enter content. So now let me freshly do this. So here we have the test one and test two. So let me do this. So first I have to import the OS module. Yeah. And now I can use os.remove method and I have to pass the file name. So here I will pass test dot test dot test dot text. Then it will remove this file. See here left side we have the file. Okay. Now if I exclude this, yeah, the file was removed. So this is how we can delete the files. Okay. Yeah, this simple method, just we have to import the OS module and we need to call the remove with the file name as a argument. Okay. I think that's it for this session. So yeah, I hope you understand how file operations works in Python and what are the different modes and how to use those things. Now let me just yes. Now I think you can understand this one better. So you can just, for reading we'll go with R mode and the initial position, cursor initial position is beginning, and for writing we can go with the W or A mode, but the truncate, if you want to truncate the existing file, then we can go with the W mode, otherwise we can go the A mode. For both appending mode, I mean A mode in the sense appending mode. For both reading and writing, we can go with um, like we can go with the W plus mode, or like if you don't want truncate, we can go with R plus mode or A plus mode. So even here, if you want cursor at the beginning, we can go with R plus mode. If you want cursor at the end, we can go with A plus mode. So this is how the things works. So I think that's it for this session, and next session we'll discuss about errors and exceptions and how to handle the exceptions. So please follow the next session because it is very important, like how to handle the exceptions, right? So otherwise without exception handling, you can't you can't become a programmer, I mean classical program. That means you should have knowledge about how to handle exceptions, and like, because if you don't handle exceptions, right, it will, the your entire code will stuck at the specific point. So that's why we have to handle exception properly. So that's why we'll see in the next session what is exception and what is error and how to handle exceptions, those things. Okay. Yeah, I think you enjoy the session. So again, I'm requesting to please like the videos and share the videos, and also subscribe to Coding with Karthik and click on the bell icon to get the latest updates. And thank you for watching this video.